June 7th, 1992, Springfield, Missouri. A mystery begins that has haunted the town for over 3 decades. 3 women, a mother, her daughter, and a close friend, all gone without a trace in the middle of the night. Cheryl Levitt, a hard-working 47-year-old mother. Her daughter, Suzanne Susie Streeter, just 19, and Susie's best friend, Stacy McCall, only 18. Ordinary women, ordinary lives, until the night they disappeared together. June 6, 1992 was supposed to be a night of joy. Susie Streeter and her best friend Stacy McCall had just graduated high school. They spent the night hopping between parties, laughing, taking photos, and making plans to head to a water park the next morning. By 2 a.m. the girls were exhausted. They decided not to stay at a crowded friend's house, choosing instead to drive back to Susie's home, where her mother, Cheryl Levitt, was already asleep. That decision sealed their fate, because by the next morning the house was silent, and all 3 women were gone. The following morning, friends came to the Levitt home. 3 cars sat neatly in the driveway, but no one answered the door. Inside, the women's purses, keys, and even Susie's cigarettes were untouched. Stacy's folded clothes from the party were set aside as if she had planned to stay the night. Cinnamon, the family's little Yorkie, was pacing anxiously, barking, unsettled, as if something terrible had happened. And just outside, the porch light was shattered, its glass scattered across the ground. Some believe it was smashed deliberately to draw one of the women outside, but there were no signs of a struggle. It was as if the 3 women had simply vanished into thin air. Investigators quickly realized this was no ordinary disappearance. But from the very beginning, mistakes plagued the case. 2 disturbing phone calls were left on the Levitt's answering machine the morning after the women vanished. They were described as obscene, possibly sexual. But before detectives could analyze them, the messages were accidentally erased. That potential clue, gone forever. And in those first frantic hours, friends, neighbors, even relatives entered the house searching for answers. They didn't know it at the time, but every step they took contaminated the scene, wiping away what might have been the only evidence left behind. With so little evidence to work with, investigators turned to suspects and theories. One name that has haunted this case for decades is Robert Craig Cox, a convicted kidnapper and suspected murderer. At one point, Cox even claimed he knew exactly what happened to the Springfield 3. He said they were dead, but refused to provide details, adding chillingly, "The case will never be solved." Then came one of the most infamous leads. A construction worker claimed the women's bodies had been buried beneath a local hospital parking garage. When investigators scanned the ground with radar, they found 3 grave-sized anomalies beneath the concrete. But the city refused to dig, citing cost and disruption. And still, the garage stands. Other theories suggest the women may have been lured outside by someone they trusted. With no forced entry, no signs of a struggle, did they open the door to a familiar face? Beyond Robert Craig Cox and the parking garage theory, other names surfaced over the years. Susie's own brother, Bart Streeter, was questioned. He had once lived with his sister and mother before a falling out. Although cleared early in the investigation, speculation around him never completely faded. There were also Dustin Reckla and Michael Clay, young men tied to petty crime in the area. Both had alibis, but rumors persisted that they might have known more than they admitted, and still others believe Cheryl Levitt may have been the true target. with Susie and Stacy simply caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Theories piled up, but each one ended the same way. No arrests, no evidence, and no answers. Decades later, the Springfield Three remain one of America's most haunting mysteries. 3 women, 3 lives, gone in a single night. No one has ever been charged. No one has ever confessed. And no one has ever explained what really happened inside that quiet home in Springfield. What do you believe? Share your theory in the comments below, and subscribe for more true crime stories.